Are you ready? Good. I like that. Welcome to the two ball brothers. The two ball brothers. Me and JT. We the two ball brothers. Light skin and dark skin. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but we gonna keep rolling.
What's up, y'all? Two ball brothers.
What's up? It's your boy, Mr. Ant Davis on the music.
And it's your main man, JT Turner. What it do?
Man, I like how you came in that time.
I appreciate you.
Right, this is your podcast, man.
Come on, man. It's your podcast.
No, we got to come in together, man, like you and ITY.
You and ITY, that's a unity.
Well, man, what's up, man? Listen, the energy is here today, man. We ready to do this podcast, man, because, you know, top five. This is probably one of my favorite top fives because we actually doing people who, you know, we looked at, modeled kind of our whole situation after.
For sure. Did you look at my list?
No, man, I ain't looking at it. I promise I didn't, because, you know, you have chicken scratch anyways, so I didn't see what was happening. But yeah, man, so today we going to do top five comedians of all time. To us. It may be different from you and it may be different from someone else, but we believe this is our top five.
It's our top five.
So, you know, we
stand alive.
I think Jay and I, we talk about this all the time. I think we actually recorded it one time, but it didn't make it through, or we did. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well, remember we used to do the podcast where we just talked. We did the vocal podcast.
I
apologize, y'all. I am eating today.
Yeah, he's
one of our sponsors.
He's tearing it up. He's tearing it up.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so we're gonna do our top five actually, and I'm gonna actually change mine because there was somebody who I forgot.
You forgot? It'd be like that,
and I had to take the other person out because it wasn't gonna work.
We gotta do that.
Yeah. So you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. I eat the little kibbles and bits. I'm ready to go.
Kibbles and bits, and we doing top five comedians. And once again, I think I can go first. I'll go first.
All right, cool.
You know what we should do? We should always do honorable mention.
There you go. You know, I was just about to say that.
Where's you? I was in your head, man. I was in your head. But so we're gonna do honorable mention. Number 6 for me, honorable mention.
Who you got number 6?
A lot of people don't really think he's funny, but I think he's hilarious. And I think that maybe not his last stand-up, but the ones before have been amazing.
Okay.
And funny to me and relatable. Okay. Some people say that people write for him, but I think when you get to that level, then people do start helping you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens. But I'm going to go with Kevin Hart as number 6.
Kevin Hart, honorable mention.
Honorable mention, number 6.
Okay.
Hilarious, man.
Time?
When he first came in the game, I think he killed. I think he
changed the game. His whole style was different.
His whole style was different. I mean, no one can knock that the numbers that he brought to the game,
bro.
You know, sold out arenas. You know, he must be funny for some reason.
Yeah,
there has to be a reason why he's that funny. But I always thought he was funny, man. Just hilarious. I like the type of comedians that are like, what is it? It's action,
like energetic,
yeah.
Like act outs, they do act outs.
Very dramatic. Kind of put you in the story, so you like, oh man, I know the uncle. You know what I'm saying? I know what happened. I know your kid. You know what I mean? So Kevin Hart for me is hilarious. The last one wasn't as funny, but I would say all the other ones have been good.
No, I have to agree with you on that. In that spectrum, Kevin Hart he hustles harder than anybody. Man, this dude, he's relentless. And what I like about Kevin, though, and you know, a lot of comics that we might name are not in this portion, but since he's on, he likes to put other people on.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, man, that's crucial to the game because there's a lot of funny people right now that are just, I won't say waiting, but they don't have the opportunity to create their own. So, you know, the people that can, when you reach back, man, you got to reach back. So, you know.
Yeah, so I mean, definitely Kevin Hart, man, and like I said, people are going to say he not that funny.
Yeah. But they but people that say that just say it with, as soon as if Kevin Hart called them right now.
Oh yeah, they'd be ready.
They're ready. Hey Kevin, you were talking about me last week. Yeah, I know.
You know, I would say this though. One thing that Kevin Hart does different from everybody else, and this is probably what is hindering his greatness from other people, not from me, but he's done so many stand-ups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like certain legends get to a certain level, they do maybe 3, 4, and then they're done. They go into TV, movies, big productions and stuff like that. But Kevin Hart's that maybe did what, 7, 8? Maybe.
And the thing about Kevin, I have a lot of respect for you, by the way. But yeah, man,
much respect. You know what I'm saying? You want to put us on, you can.
Oh no, whatever. But the crazy thing about Kevin is like, Kevin, Like, you got to have a little bit of life experience too. Mm-hmm. That's why he keep dipping back into his kids.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because, you know, Kevin don't tackle politics. He stays away from all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. He stays in his lane, and it's been very successful. So I commend you for that. But
bro, that's a good point that you said, because that's probably why I like him too. Because I'm not a political person.
Okay, yeah.
So I do.
I found that out the other day.
You know, I'm not.
He didn't even know who the president was.
I didn't, man. It was Sanford and Son. That's what I thought his name was. It's Sanford and Son.
The whole time he was like, "Who the black girl that they got back there?"
You know, because to be honest, I don't like political comedians.
Oh,
I don't like when they get all the way in, because I don't really be into it like that, unless it's just like major news.
But see, this is the thing for me though. Like, if you can take a difficult subject and make it funny,
yeah, I agree.
It attracts me. I'm like, dang, that's dope. How can you do that?
Yeah,
right?
I totally agree. So that's my honorable mention, man. Kevin Hart, number 6. Who's for you, man?
My honorable mention today is going.
I had a good segue voice on that. I was like, "Who's for you?" That was
that was perfect. I got a little. You turned it into a super professional.
You know, I'm trying, man. I'm trying out here in these streets.
My honorable mention, I did not have him on last time, but today I thought about it, and I'm rolling with and this dude is like, he's a up and coming comedian.
Oh, he's still doing it in the game.
He's still doing it in the game. He's super funny. He's got stage presence. I'm gonna have to go with JT Turner, man.
Hey, JT motherfucking Turner.
You know, JT Turner, man. That's my honorable mention, man. I root for him more than anybody.
That's what's up, man. You know, the last time I saw him, I didn't really. I don't really know what's going on. Is this a stand up or what happened?
He's a crowd work guy, so he likes to get in the crowd. He's the host liner, so I'm gonna roll with JT Turner, man. I actually met the dude, seen him face to face. He's pretty handsome, by the way. So
I don't really know about that, because I don't really check out guys.
Yeah, all right, cool. Well, if you did, this might be the one.
Is that really your honorable mention?
That's my honorable mention,
okay, man. Well, hey, let's keep it rolling.
Let's keep it rolling.
So, number 5 for me is an entertainer in his own right.
All right.
He is the first comedian to me that's blended music and comedy together.
Oh, I already know you're talking about.
And his last stand up that I've seen pretty much solidified him as just a genius.
Oh yeah, sure.
Just hilarious. Can do voices, scenarios hilarious. Just brings you in when I still watch it to this day.
Man,
because it brings me in to just growing up, and I'm gonna go with Jamie Foxx, man.
Man, Jamie Foxx, the legend,
the
myth,
and he's a killer, man. Like just some of the stuff that I used to, just the African that he played, man. Hilarious. And then, ooh na na na, na na na. Yeah, he inspired me to want to do like African voices, man, because he's just hilarious, man.
So now you got the voices because you got the look.
Yeah, it is okay for me to talk to like this as long as we are a part of the stupid. We are a part of the podcast.
Oh, he got it down pat.
Yeah, man. I mean, hilarious, dude. Just hands down a monster on the stage. Probably still could do it to this day.
Oh man, it's coming. Fox is gonna hit the stage again, and I have to agree with you. Man, Jamie Foxx, man, he's just dude. This, it's a little unfair.
Yeah.
But how God has really blessed him. You know what I'm saying? He's an amazing actor. He can sing. I mean, he already got top hits. You know what I mean? Blame it on that.
Do you know him? Because you talking him up like you know.
Well, that's my dude, man.
Okay,
we in the lab working. We in the lab. We in the lab, but And then the guy he got jokes. And the thing about Jamie though is, and me, being in his company,
Yeah. See, he just slid that in. Me being in his company. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, honest to God, this dude is like, he's on all the time.
Yeah.
He's just a funny person, man. And his perspective on how things are funny is amazing, man.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely can see that. I think he was probably the funniest comedian on Living Color.
Oh, for sure. Tommy couldn't shine the way he did because Jamie could act.
Yeah, most definitely.
Even though that was kind of like his first type, real type of acting.
If you think about it, Jamie had more characters than anybody. It was between him and Jim Carrey that had the most characters.
Yeah.
I mean, Jamie was Carl the Tooth Williamson.
Yeah.
He was Sniff Out the Weed, Duke. Sniff out the weed. And
he was the girl, whoever her name was.
Wanda.
Wanda.
He was Wanda. Then he was They was the security guards, him and Tommy Davidson.
Yeah, that was funny,
man. Right, so he just had a lot of signature characters that we could remember. So
yeah, man, that dude is super talented, man.
Yeah, most definitely. So number 5 for me,
I like that.
I'm gonna go with Jamie.
Jamie,
and you let him know I said that too, man.
Man, I'm gonna tell him, man. We gonna be all chilling, man. Don't even trip, bro.
Yeah.
So, my number 5, I'm gonna roll with. I went with this guy. Number 5 is because by me saying this part, he's kind of going through some things right now.
Drugs. It's always drugs.
It's always drugs. I think this guy, though, me growing up and really liking comedy as a kid, like my mom would tell you, like anything funny, I was like wanted to be around it, right?
Most definitely.
So I could finally watch some comedy because he was clean. And
I think I know where you're going with.
Yeah, and
so it's only 2 like that,
right? So my another honorable mention could have been Sinbad as well because he's phenomenal. I don't want to ever take away from Sinbad.
Yeah.
But this guy was in the era. It was a whole different era than Sinbad. So I'm gonna roll with top 5 of all time for me has to be Bill Cosby.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Bill Cosby, because I know I was going to say it. Just Bill Cosby, dog. He can tell a story. His ability to sit down.
Yeah.
And just tell a story and make it funny. He brought everything to life, man.
I think you was just in a certain era. That's probably why I don't. Because you're like 65, so I mean, it makes sense for you to be able to know Bill Cosby stuff, and I don't know what's going on.
Come here, Claire.
Yeah, did you watch him growing up though?
Yeah. Well, as a kid, my mom was real Christian. We were all Christians. Which is my mama. Well, she forced us to
get this car.
Get the car. We go to church. But no, yeah, man. I actually got to watch some of his stuff. I couldn't watch Red Fox. I couldn't even listen to Richard or none of that. Right?
Oh yeah, none of us could.
When Bill came out, I remember myself watching it. So yeah, man, it was a good time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put Bill Cosby in my top 10, but he was definitely.
You're not even top 10.
Not in the top 10, but he was definitely a leader of people doing stuff today.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I can only think of 2 clean comics.
Oh, okay.
Like that off the top of the dome that's been successful, and that's Sinbad and Bill Cosby. But
now, by far, honestly, man, Sinbad was just. His routine was phenomenal.
Oh, hilarious!
He had that one special. He had like 2 really good ones, but that one.
Which one you talking about? Son of a Preacher Man?
Well, the one he was like, "Get over here," and he threw the hand, and oh man, he had some bangers.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch the Sinbad. I haven't watched that one you're talking about, but I've seen Son of a Preacher Man. That's hilarious because it was relatable. Because I was a preacher's kid.
Right.
So it definitely related to me. But yeah, Sinbad most definitely. I don't know how we got into Sinbad, but yeah.
Well, we talking about clean comics.
Oh, clean comics. That's what it is.
I got your back.
You got your back, MC Cataracts.
I can't see nothing.
Bro, that was at House Party. House Party 3. I got your back, MC Cataracts.
Was that one of the brothers?
Yeah. Nah, you got the wrong presidents. So number 5 for you was Bill. Number 5 for me was Jamie.
Yeah.
So number 4 for me, and he is the reason why I love comedy so much.
Oh.
He is one of the reasons. I couldn't put him at number 1, but he's the reason why I love comedy so much.
Wow, because he's so far back?
Yeah, number 4, his characters were hilarious.
Yeah.
That's why I said him and Jamie kind of had the best characters, I would say. Don't look at my list, man. You looking at my list,
I'm not looking at your list.
He had some of the best characters. His stage presence was hilarious. Now, peep this. I couldn't really watch him until I got older because he wasn't clean.
Oh,
because my parents kind of grew up in that era.
It's kind of low down there for you. But
they grew up in. I grew up in that era where my parents like we can't watch anything unless it's clean.
You're looking at my list.
Sanctified, but I can't read that chicken scratch. You know what I'm telling you? I don't even know who's over there. It's listen. The first one looked like Rashad.
Well, his name is the second one is Aunt something Davis or something right there.
But number 4 for me is Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence.
Man, Martin Lawrence is you so crazy.
You so crazy.
I would say
I love Martin.
Yeah, man. Martin had a great presence about him. I used to watch Def Comedy Jam. He was like the host for like a good 4 or 5 years.
But when he was hosting that, man, it
killed.
Oh God, it was
killed
phenomenal.
It. Stand up was amazing. Characters are amazing.
Oh yeah.
How he brought TV the way it was. Like he has I think we talked about it before.
Yeah.
But he had like a different way of his sitcom. You know what I mean? A lot of black sitcoms are heartfelt. Oh, you know, your life lessons. They didn't really have that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was just comedy.
Right.
And
man.
that's what hilarious to me. So like across the board, Martin just comedy for days, man. And then characters, of course, Shanae, Otis, Dragonfly Jones. You know what I'm saying? So comedian, man, just hilarious.
Super hilarious, man. I it was so funny. I was watching a clip today of one of his stand-up. I think it was Run Tell That or one of those.
The older one, right?
It was all. I haven't really seen him since he's been back, you know, doing comedy. But man, I actually went to the theater on 2 of them.
Really?
I actually went to the theater and sat down and watched. That's how much because
I was about to say Run Tell That came to the theater at one time.
Yeah. I think it was Run Tell That. I thought it was 2 of them though, but I could have sworn I saw 2 of them in the theater. Maybe I saw it twice, but Martin Lawrence,
I gotta see this again,
dude. When you know what? When I would see him host and the Def Jam, I was just like, man, this guy is a star.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, so I agree with you on that one, man. You got him at number 4.
Number 4, Martin Lawrence. Martin Lawrence. He's actually one of the people I really want to meet, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just want to glean from him, like know how he gets into his characters, man. Because I'm a character dude, so I definitely want to like just get into that, man.
Oh yeah.
Number 4 for me, Martin Lawrence, man.
All right, so number 4 for me. Man, it gets a little sticky.
It's a sticky situation.
There's comics there's 2 I want to add.
Okay. Oh, you haven't added them at all, or you just misplaced them?
I added 1. But it just doesn't seem fair.
It's a slippery slope.
And people are going to rag on me because I'm going to leave someone out. And
of course, I did too, man.
And they're going to be like, what? But what? You're like, how can
you got a Becky talking, huh? What?
Over him? Like, and it's like you have to put him in there because and I'm not doing that. I'm just going to pick who I liked. And
do it, man. Do it.
So number 4 for me, one of
light skins are rebellious anyway. So I mean, y'all do whatever y'all want to do. Anyway.
Well, we can't see because our eyes are low. So number 4 for me, I'm rolling with Chris Rock. Chris Rock, he should have probably been higher, but as I'm looking at my list, there's no way. But Chris Rock, oh man, I like the old Chris Rock.
Yeah.
But now I like the slow down version of just kicking. Man, this dude, he's another one that can get politics in there if need be. He don't drill it in there.
He does sometimes.
But bro, he's so clever.
Yeah.
And
that was passionate, bro.
Clever.
Yeah, you did that breathy on that one. It's clever.
So Chris Rock, man, it just watching his tambourine and bro,
tambourine was hilarious.
He broke it down so great. But see, these guys are at that.
That's that second whisper, brother.
So great. But these guys are at the low end where they can literally have a conversation.
Yeah, I like that.
And people are like drilled. That's when you know you killing it. I mean, when you have that style, actually.
Yeah. Well, because you know, like for us, like we're working for it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But them cats that's been in the game for 20 plus years, it's like, give me a chair, let me sit down, and I'm just going to talk to y'all.
I'm just going to holler at y'all.
I think you said it a long time ago, those type of comedians that if you say they're like, ha ha, he said the, man.
People are definitely listening.
You know, exactly. So they're in tune.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, comedians up and coming, we got to work for that.
We got to work for it because remember, when someone has a certified name,
yeah, most definitely,
then it means that I'm already buying the tickets a month in advance. It's a date night. It's the homies night. It's the crew night. Whatever it is, we're buying drinks. We're here. It's showtime.
Yeah, it's showtime.
So they're like they telling people you better shut up.
Right,
if
be
you
quiet.
Talk, you better hush. But when it's when you go to a place when tickets are $10, it's like, oh, who is this dude?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Because when I went to, like I said, it's like when I went to Kevin Hart. He's the only stand-up I've been to out of all these people we're talking about. But it was like, you paid $60. It was like, don't say nothing to me. I only want to hear Kevin Hart. I don't want to hear no hecklers. I don't want to hear no conversations. Turn your phone off. It was like
Turn your phone off.
Actually, I take that back. I did see Tracy Morgan too. I saw him live.
How was Tracy? Yeah. Tracy, I love Tracy.
I do too.
On Uptown Comedy Club, I thought Tracy Morgan was funny. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how his name came up in this glory for Mount Rushmore.
Because I said I've only seen two comedians live. Like big like that live.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've never seen Kevin Hart live actually.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that's bad.
Hilarious.
Admit, like
So yeah, so you said number 3 or number 4
Chris
for you, Chris Rock.
Yeah, Chris Rock.
I do like Chris Rock. I don't like the politics, and that's where I get lost.
Okay,
but I do think that his stuff is funnier now than it was then.
I don't think he said anything political.
I don't think so. That's why I liked it. But the other ones, I was like, oh, here we about to get into politics. I don't want to hear this. I got to work on that, man. This year I'm gonna try.
Yeah, you got to work on that, man. You know who the president is, right? Do we get that?
Cleveland Brown.
Cleveland Brown. That is correct.
That name is Cleveland Brown.
And the vice president is Foxy Brown. So to make
they brother and sister, they work together. It's like Cephas and Reese,
right? You know what? It's crazy, bro. Like we have a black woman vice president.
She looked like my principal from middle school. That's what she looked like. She was mean too.
And it's not getting as much press as I thought.
At first it did. It's kind of quiet down because they're in the office now. They're trying to see what the light skin gonna do. That's what they're trying to see. Yeah. So yeah, that was you for you. Number 3 for me.
Okay.
I think he is the epitome of characters. Like he's the one that made the other top, those 4 and 5 kind of mimic their stuff after him, because he to me is the first person I've heard that does so many characters and has been hilarious, and he also throws them in the shows. And I had to actually go back and watch some of his old stand up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was watching some. He's once again one of those people that was kind of raunchy growing up, so you couldn't really watch him. Okay. But then now I went back and watched some of the stuff, and I was like, he was hilarious. Man, commanded like everything. And I'm gonna go with Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, man, Eddie Murphy.
Talk about Eddie Murphy. That was all I had for Eddie Murphy.
Bro, we suck at Eddie Murphy's. That was our that was our impersonations. We was terrible. Yeah. But Eddie Murphy, man, commanded a audience, man. Just hilarious. His storytelling was, it was an ice cream. You want some ice cream.
Man, that was legendary.
Legendary. And then once again, and if people don't know now, I'm big on characters.
Oh yeah,
I love characters.
Well, you do. You do some characters in your skits.
Yes, I love characters. So I like how people draw you in with, if somebody's telling the perspective of, me and JT was talking, and somebody was talking like JT, and then he was talking like me.
Impossible.
You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, that's hilarious, because you'd be so enamored of their voices. No doubt. You sound just like JT.
Man, that's one day, bro.
So that's what the Eddie Murphy does. That, man, he does, like, to where he sounds like he's having a conversation with that person right there.
Oh yeah, for
Mike Tyson. He used to do Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah.
He used to do.
Did he do Prince?
He did Prince. He made up certain characters that was hilarious.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Hercules. Oh, Sherman.
Sherman. So yeah, Eddie Murphy is that Mount Rushmore for me, man. Just hilarious, hands down. And if people say that Eddie Murphy's not in top 5, then they're not watching comedy, because he's definitely in top 5 for me.
No, for sure. And think about Eddie though. Like, he was super raunchy, so you really couldn't watch him. Like you really weren't supposed to watch him, right? But I did the same as you, and I looked at some recent stuff. I mean, the old school stuff recently, and I was like, okay. I honestly, I know people are gonna be kind of like, JT, are you kidding me?
JT, you tripping?
I kind of pulled away from Eddie just a teeny bit, bro, because first of all, his dress code, timeout,
a violation, flag on the play.
333. There's an accident on Road 5. But Eddie's energy
was.
I mean, he cussed so much,
man.
And I was just like, man, that was so it was tasteless.
Yeah,
for me personally.
No, I agree with that part.
But I don't mind cussing.
I don't. Yeah.
But it was like, woo, it was a lot. But anyways, Eddie Murphy is definitely a super funny dude.
No, I would agree with that, man. I feel like that's the one thing. I still want him on my Mount Rushmore, and I wouldn't change that. But I do agree. Sometimes there was no full story without the cursing.
Yeah.
And it was like, these mother, and it was mother, and I was like, mother. I was like, dang, bro, where's the story?
Where's the story?
But still, he's in my top 5, man. He's hilarious.
He's a king.
He's definitely. I feel like he is the Mike of what is now for those people. So like,
Mike Tyson?
No, Michael Jordan.
Oh,
of these comedians now, because they kind of pattern their stand up kind of like him.
Yeah.
So I mean, he would be like Mike, and then the next person I'm about to say would be like, Wilt or Bill Russell.
Oh, okay, I feel you. All right, cool. So you got Eddie Murphy.
So
number 3 for me. Actually, we've already said his name. So I will continue to tell you how great he is. So it's Martin Lawrence. Martin. I got him at number 3. This is for me. 3. He was the guy that really got me to say I want to do comedy. So we kind of already talked about him. We already know, where Martin is. So I put him at number 3 on my Mount Rushmore.
Let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
So what part of your comedic game do you pattern after him? Like
energy.
Energy. Okay.
Energy.
Okay. I would say that I've seen JT do comedy, and he definitely doesn't have energy. But I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
No, I'll take that back. I have seen Jay with energy, but I just wanted to ask that. Like, you as a comedian, what is something that you kind of use from these greats that make you?
At the beginning of my comedy career, it was all about Martin energy.
Yeah.
But I've kind of gotten away from it a little bit. Meaning that I don't have to use all of my body all the time, right? You know what I mean? I'm getting old. You know what I mean? Kneecaps don't really run how they used to.
Kneecaps are screaming.
But he made me feel like, okay, he did this, I can do it.
Yeah, most definitely.
And just like watching Jordan, like people saw him, Kobe, and them saw Michael Jordan. Said, I think I can do that.
Yeah,
well, he's my Michael Jordan. Where I said, I think I can.
Hey, okay, I see you. Yeah, I definitely agree. He's definitely up there in the Mount Rushmore. Yeah. Nobody could take him off pretty much. They could.
Yeah.
Because people might say, we're missing somebody. But, it is what it is. All right.
He's up there for me.
Number 2 for me.
Okay.
I had to once do some research on him, too.
Okay.
Because he was in the game when I was young.
Oh, okay.
So I started watching some stuff.
So what was it, Charlie Chaplin?
Charlie. One of the comedians said that Charlie Chaplin should be in top 5
because he ain't say nothing.
But they said he was hilarious, just a physical comedian. So it made. I want to say Marlon Wayne said that, or Marlon or Gary Owens. One of them two said that Charlie Chaplin was up there, and I can't remember. So
well, I mean I agree, but then I don't, because if it's an era where all people can't be considered, I don't mess with it.
Okay.
So if black people couldn't do it, I don't mess with it.
You heard it first right here.
All the sports records and all that, if they were before blacks were allowed to play, they don't count for me. All of them got asterisks.
Get an asterisk on that doggone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest, because it's got to be, to call somebody the greatest, you got to be able to compete with the greatest.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Do you think people will get mad that all of our comedians are black? We haven't named not one white comedian yet.
No, I hope they don't, because for me, my list is about what I view as motivation for me to do what I do.
Right, makes sense.
I mean, I can go on a list of comics that I love and I appreciate, but these are personal for me.
Yeah, I just don't ever want people to think that it's always just because we black that we pick.
No, definitely not.
There is some white comedians that I like, and there is some Spanish.
I like Bill Burr. I'll go after him. I like Bill Burr.
Yeah.
I like what's the old school white dude back in the days had his hair in
Honest John?
No, that's the homie though.
That dude, he was hilarious though.
No, the guy God, he was real political. He did not like the establishment. He was always on them.
Is he older dude?
Yes. Remember the older cat? And he used to have his at the end. Oh my God, I apologize, y'all.
Somebody
this a lot.
Yeah, they do, because people be on the comments and be like, it was this person.
Right. Well, tell us, because it was a guy that what was it? I kind of like, because he talked a little bit about religion too.
You'll think about it. Yeah.
I'm old. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because remember on Coming to America, it was Louis Anderson. Somebody put on the comment and they was like, it was Louis.
Right.
Oh, okay. I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, they got pissed. Right?
And George Carlin.
That's what I'm talking about. George Carlin. That's who I'm talking about. George
Hilarious. But number 2 for me, I'm gonna go with Richard Pryor.
I can't wait to see who your number 1 is.
Yeah, number 2 is Richard
Pryor.
Richard was hilarious. Okay. Once again, I couldn't really listen to him growing up.
Yeah.
But what I did like about him is he attacked the racism at that time.
Oh yeah.
So and he made it,
and it's
funny.
Still irrelevant now at this time.
It's still relevant. It's
crazy,
funny how you watch stuff and you're like, wait a minute, we still going through the same thing.
See, that's why Richard. But go ahead. I'll let you finish your.
No, go ahead.
No, that's why Richard was. Some people consider him the greatest.
Yeah.
Because he said things that can travel from then to now. Mm-hmm. And if you really start listening to Richard, like listen to his albums, there's so many, because there's comics that have tailored jokes around his jokes.
Most definitely.
And I'll be like, it's funny, bro.
But that's going to happen. It's just like music to me. Comedy is like music. There's always going to be an artist that almost tailors their career or tailors their music that be like somebody else.
Yeah, but you can't tailor a joke.
No, I'm just saying. But even some of the songs, people will redo songs and have, like, for example, they'll take old Michael Jackson, and they'll change the premise of the song, but the song will still have certain words in there that'll remind you of Michael Jackson.
But see, that's a remake of music. You can remake music. They that's okay, right?
Yeah.
But you can't remake jokes.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to.
Well,
now, obviously, people do it. But
people do.
You're not
all
supposed to do it because the art is, I'm trying to be the funniest person on this premise that I've gotten.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to be the first person to say something funny. This is the reason why, like, now with social media, you know, and
he put on the strong voice,
and like memes and all this, like so just to make a long story short, I saw the guy posting some posts, right? And obviously he wasn't the writer of that post. Okay,
he wasn't a writer of the post. He stole the post.
Yeah. You know how you tag somebody, share someone's post. That's fine. Right. But when people start commenting, "Oh my God, that was hilarious! Oh my God, you're funny," and they just say, they feel like they're funny, and it's like, no, this isn't my meme. I'm just posting it.
This isn't my joke.
Right. People get confused with that, and I'm like. And he didn't step up. He was just like, and I saw him enjoying it because he started finding other posts to put up other stuff. And I'm like, you gotta. It's okay to post other people's stuff, but when people start thinking credit. It's you got to give them credit.
Right.
Because most people already know that. You put a post of like, they don't know if it's you or not. They just hit like.
Yeah.
But if they start saying, like, if you put up, say, a post of me, let's just say, and then they were everybody, oh my God, you're funny. The thing you posted, you'd be like, well, no, it was posted about JT. You didn't see that.
Right. No, that makes sense. That's kind of why I don't post other people's stuff.
No, I see you. I know you're very original with your stuff.
Yeah, I don't post it because I don't ever want people to think that I stole something from.
Right. Every now and then I'll snatch a meme or something.
Yeah, but memes. I do memes.
Yeah, like definitely. A meme when you're trying to put up a point, but never make it look like I created it.
Yeah, most definitely.
Sorry, I don't know where we went.
We went somewhere, but we all the way.
But we here.
But we back.
We're all the way up.
We all the way. Nothing can stop me.
All the way up.
But Richard Pryor was number 2 for me. Definitely hilarious. Definitely relevant in that time. Definitely a mind reader because now he sees exactly what we're going through in 2021, which is weird. I thought we'd be the Jetsons by now, flying off in spaceships in the sky or something like that. But that ain't happening. So yeah, Richard Pryor for me, number 2.
So I think our number 2 and number 1s are reversed.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I think it's about to happen.
I think it's about to happen because my number 2 is the GOAT.
Is the GOAT. Okay.
For this era.
Yeah. And I know you about to go.
It's straight Dave Chappelle. Bro.
Chappelle show.
Chappelle. Now, when Chappelle had that show in Oakland, and when he was doing the bit where he was there was a baby in the car in the limo, or he saw the baby, hey baby, get over here, baby. That for me solidified that Chappelle was the bomb.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because I mean, he had his other stand up and it was just like lukewarm, right? It was just like, okay, he's guy's funny, but when he did that stand up and he was talking about the chicken on the plane, I was like, oh, that dude, I want more.
Yeah, most definitely.
And he took a hiatus.
This is the older one, right?
Yeah. He took a hiatus, boy. When he came back.
Killer.
This is the reason why when I made the comment about Kevin Hart, I'm telling you, and this is crucial, and I'm not saying it because like I'm the master of comedy or anything.
Yeah,
I just
you just did your pastor hands though as you were talking.
I'm just a phenomenal consumer of comedy, and I know the process. Just like when they say the process, Chappelle stepped away, bro.
Yeah.
For years and years and years.
Yeah, I want to say like almost 7 or 8 years,
bro.
Man.
Maybe even longer, maybe 10. I don't. And he was like, you know what? I got so much going on, and so much I want to talk about. So he had 10 years to pick from.
I'm about to Google it while we're talking. But
okay, go ahead. Not 6 months, not a year, not I need some money real quick. Chappelle was like, nah. When I come back, I'm gonna hit hard. This isn't basketball. You can take 10 years off, and come back. So, right now in this era, nobody can touch Dave Chappelle. He definitely has the cheat code for this era.
I think so too. They saying, wait, let me see. So 2006.
2006?
2006. So that's
how many years? That's 14 years, 15 years, bro.
Yeah, man. That's a long time. Well, he came back in 2018. Because his Netflix stuff came back 2018, 19. Right. So yeah, that's still what, 14 years though, right?
14 years, bro.
Yeah, that's a long time.
He can't, and he can hit. And I know you say you don't like politics, but he hits politics, race.
But he makes politics so dope, though. He makes you want to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Like
just his voice now. It's just like people, and he can misdirect you. He literally got up there and said, "I'm gonna tell you the punchline."
Yep, I remember that. You gonna make me go back and watch it tonight, man? Just because.
How cocky are you?
That's cocky.
Or how sure of your ability?
Let's just say confident.
Confident. That's like Jordan saying, "I'm scoring 50 tonight."
Right.
And just
he's done that before. He said that. He told somebody at a hotel, "I'm scoring 53 on you." What? 53.
And he scored 55. So I got Dave Chappelle, man. Now, hands down. Now, he's not my number one, just by the way. But
I know who your number one is.
Right.
You said it.
We did a switcheroo. But my Chappelle right now we're watching the best of comedy right now.
Of course.
Of all time.
I'm gonna go with number one. My number one is, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It's Chappelle. I think Chappelle is, and here's the thing about me. I am a connoisseur of comedy as well.
Right.
But I didn't watch young Chappelle.
Oh.
I watched Chappelle's show.
Oh, okay.
When I watched
Chappelle's, you was already sold up.
When I watched Chappelle's show and he was doing stand up before he was doing sketches, I was like, this dude is hilarious.
Oh yeah. Man.
So then it made me go back and watch the old stuff. But I'm gonna say the newer stuff is a whole lot funnier than the older stuff.
Bro, it was a resurrection.
Yeah,
he died.
You calling him Jesus?
He died, and he resurfaced.
Man,
I'm not calling him Jesus, by the way, but he resurfaced.
Yeah,
and as a whole new person.
And I would say this too, and I think what you said was dope. And I'm gonna say it again: is that he takes his time now. You could tell. Like he settles into a joke, he lets you laugh, he'll sit there and just think about it, and then he'd like. And another time when I was like, this dude is just a genius.
He knows what his gift is.
Yeah, and since the new ones have came out, I've watched them maybe 10 or 15 times.
Nice.
Just because I feel like I missed something. Just how hilarious he is. You know what I mean? Like I'm crying, laughing, and I'm like, wait a minute, I missed that.
Yo, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think Chappelle is light years ahead, and this is why I think that he's better than all of them and Richard Pryor, is because he does tap into not only race, but he doesn't care who he talks about.
No, man.
He talks about everybody, every race, every whatever, he talks about them.
You know why he's able to do that? Because he's not compromised.
Yeah.
And the bulk of his money comes from him standing right where he's at.
Exactly.
He's not worrying about getting in the next movie. He's not worrying about doing the Oscars.
Yeah.
He's not worrying about that part of Hollywood. He already said, I'm done with Hollywood. That's why he was in the predicament he was in. So he said, I'm going to be the best me. So that's where his income comes from. He doesn't have to worry about anything.
And he turned around and made a killing from them Netflix specials.
Yeah, and he's going to continue to make a killing.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Definitely. But that's number one for me, Chappelle.
And I got Richard Pryor, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why Richard Pryor is number one for me. I just had this conversation with the.
I thought you were about to say with Richard Pryor. I was like, you brought him back from the dead. What happened?
Well, if Chappelle can resurrect,
if he resurrects, we running.
No, me and one of my partners, man, Lifestyle Entertainment. We sat.
Oh, was that a shout out? Was that a shameless plug? Shameless plug.
A little bit. We had this serious conversation.
Okay.
About Chappelle. He's like, Chappelle's the greatest. And I said, I agree that he's the greatest. I said, but you got to look at the eras. Back in the days.
When I was young, I'm not a kid anymore.
Oh, nice. Give it up to Ahmad. Ahmad. Remember back in the days, it was the racism and the not. You think it ain't no equality now,
right?
Right. Richard Pryor was dealing with something different. You know what I mean? And everybody was on cocaine and the thing.
You slid that in. Everybody was snorting up.
But Richard Pryor at the time, there was no way anybody in the Richard Pryor era would be convinced that Chappelle is better than Richard Pryor. Yeah. Now, they might say his jokes and the way he put things together, but Richard Pryor for that era was he just handled it so great. Like he bombed on that one set the night before, live on the Sunset Strip.
Okay.
And then he literally said, his head was all over the place. He probably needed some more cocaine. But his head was all over the place. And then the next day he said, "No, you guys come back." Yeah. And he murdered it. But
you was there too, right? You was 21 at that time, right? At Sunset Strip.
I probably was, right? But think about it. When Richard Pryor jumped off the stage, he the way he was embraced, because remember, he felt like a king, but he still had to get in his place.
Okay, teacher, he tried to preach on me. He felt like a king, but he had to be in his place. He had to be a servant first.
But Chappelle, dude, when he steps off the stage, like they treat him like a god. You know what I'm saying? So his way he carries himself is a lot better. Like when you said the old school greats, like. Let's talk about Bill Walton. Excuse me, not Bill Walton. Excuse me.
Bill Walton.
Jesus,
Cosby. Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. No, I'm talking about the basketball player Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh yeah, Wilt Chamberlain. Okay.
Dominant. He dominated. He was the greatest at that time. Nobody could beat Wilt. Wilt scoring 100 points a game. But he was N-word all day long. You know what I'm saying? Don't come here. And he can get into places because of his fame.
Yeah.
But the political environment was way different in how they looked at black folks.
Yeah.
And things are a little bit opener now. When Chappelle walks around, he is considered like he's an elite. I don't want to use all these fancy words.
Don't use the fancies.
We have phonics worked for me.
Right, the dictionary is not our friend. We didn't read that. None of us ever went to prison. Well, I think so. I'm not sure.
Well, 2 years is nothing.
2 years.
But I'm just gonna go Richard Pryor just because I felt like he had way more pressure. Chappelle, Richard Pryor couldn't take 10 years off. And 15 years off and then make a comeback
because he went to movies, so there was no way he was coming back after that. He was commercialized once he got into the movies. So that's our top 5 comedians.
Top 5 comedians.
I hope that y'all agreed, and of course, if you didn't agree, you can put it in the comments. You can let us know who we forgot.
And I actually read the comments.
I do actually too. I read the comments, and I want to make sure that we missed. Somebody was clowning on me about Boys and Men. Somebody was clowning on us about how we put Training Day in the top 5 black movies.
Somebody was like, "I don't even think Training Day was a black movie."
Yeah, somebody did say that. Somebody definitely did. My cousin called me actually today. He was like, "Was it a black movie?" I was like, "Yeah, I think so.
I think so. It was a black lead." We meant black lead.
Yeah. So listen, if you have any, difference, put it in the comments. Let us know. But like, share, and subscribe to Ball Brothers, man. The podcast of all podcasts. We doing it, man. We doing it big, man, out here in these streets.
Audio Jungle.